Good afternoon from Delaware. Good afternoon. Today is Sunday, the 28th day of December of 2025. How are you guys? This is Lucy. Thank you so much for joining this live stream on Sunday afternoon. On this channel, we talk about legal ways of coming to the United States. We also give you immigration updates, and we talk about the diversity visa program in an extensive way. And we give you stories about life in America as an African immigrant and ways you can maneuver your way around as a new immigrant. So, like I said, today is Sunday, the 28th day of December. Thank you guys for joining in. I hope you had a fabulous Christmas day. How was your Christmas? Did you celebrate with family and friends? What did you do? Thank you guys for joining in on TikTok. We are live on TikTok, and we are also live on YouTube. As you're coming in, please share the link, share the live, and like the live on YouTube and on TikTok. So today we are going to talk about a few things. The first thing that we are going to talk about is the U.S. Department of Homeland Security recently announcing that it's going to offer a limited time only $3,000 for self-deportation as an incentive, a holiday incentive for individuals in the U.S. without legal status who sign up through the CBP Home app. The CBP Home app is the Custom and Border Protection. And I'll show you that the website. They have an app, and they're saying that those who sign up to self-deport before the end of the year of 2025 will be given $3,000 and a flight ticket to self-deport. The program also includes, yes, like I said, a flight ticket home and possible forgiveness of certain civil penalties. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me make sure that you can hear me. I have my audio, and let me fix my audio. Can you guys hear me on YouTube? If you can hear me on YouTube, let me know. If you can hear me on TikTok, let me know. For those of you who might not have heard clearly on the intro, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, DHS, has announced a limited time $3,000 self-deport incentive for individuals in the U.S. without legal status who sign up through the CBP Home app before the end of the year 2025. The program also includes a free flight home, regardless of where you come from, and possible forgiveness of certain civil penalties. So in this live stream, as you're coming in, share the live. In this live stream, in this immigration update, we break down what the Department of Homeland Security $3,000 self-deport offer really means, who qualifies, and how the CBP Home app works. If you haven't used it, if you haven't seen it, if you haven't been to that website, I'll show you. And important risks and considerations for immigrants. And we'll also cover a little bit about the tragic death of a Kenyan immigrant nursing healthcare worker who passed away just a few days ago in a nursing home explosion here in the US in Bristol, Pennsylvania. We'll talk about what's going on with the diversity visa program, if there is any updates. This is going to be one of the final live streams of the year, and we'll also take time to reflect on what has been going on and answer some questions. I wish you guys safe and happy holidays. As you're coming in, make sure you share the live. So on YouTube, let me know if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up. On TikTok, give me a thumbs up before we get busy with the live stream. Thank you guys on TikTok for following and for liking the live. Abu Bakri, thank you for joining in. Everybody on TikTok, thank you for joining in. How was your Christmas, guys? 72523, thank you for joining. Waitaka, thank you for joining. And Dia, thank you for joining. Shelly and everybody on TikTok, thank you so much for joining in. So let's talk about what the Department of Homeland Security is offering. Previously, this incentive was there, but it was only like $1,000. But now they're saying that if you sign up before December 31st of 2025, then you will be given an additional $2,000, and they will pay for your flight ticket. So the Department of Homeland Security has launched a temporary incentive program for people who are in the US without legal status. A lot of people, and I know you might not come out and admit or just, publicly come out and say you're not legally here in the US, but I know there's a lot of people that watch these videos and they're looking for, ways of solving their immigration problem. And maybe for them, it's better for them to go back home. For some people, it's not feasible, it's not safe for them to go back to their home country because they left for a reason, civil war, or it's unsafe, or they were being discriminated against because of whatever reason, and therefore it's not safe for them to go back. But for people who have that option of going back home and they can start a life there, the government is offering $3,000 and a flight ticket, and most likely you'll be excused from your penalties that you would have incurred. Just remember, this is information. It's just for information purpose only. It is not legal advice. So if you're going through a sensitive case or a complicated case and you need special guidance, you should seek legal counsel. So those who sign up to voluntarily self-deport through the CBP Home app by the end of the year will receive $3,000, a free flight ticket to home, forgiveness of some civil fines or penalties related to departure. This is available only until December 31st of 2025. So this is how it works. You download the CBP Home app, and before we proceed, for those who've never been to this, thank you for the thumbs up, Tile 44. Thank you for the thumbs up, letting me know that you guys can hear me. So if you've never been on that website, Customs and Border Protection website, let me show you how it looks like. So here's, first of all, here is the announcement from the DHS, Department of Homeland Security. Increased incentives. I'm on the website right now on TikTok. I'm on dhs.gov, and it says increased incentives. DHS now offering 3K holiday 1,000 holiday stipend through the end of the year via the CBP Home app for illegal aliens to leave now. Those in the US illegally will receive the $3,000 stipend and a free flight home if they sign up for Self-Deport through the CBP app by the end of the year. Illegal aliens who sign up to Self-Deport using the app, they will qualify for forgiveness of any civil fines and penalties for failing to depart the country. So if you are, maybe you overstayed your visa, or things happened and you got stuck in the US, you haven't fixed your papers, and there's no way out for you, they are saying that if you self-deport, they're going to give you $3,000 and a free flight ticket. They're saying that since January of 2025, 1.9 million illegal aliens have voluntarily self-deported, and tens of thousands have used the CBP Home program. During the Christmas season, the US taxpayer is so generously tripling the incentive to leave voluntarily for those in this country illegally, offering a $3,000 exit bonus, but just until the end of the year. Illegal aliens should take advantage of this gift and self-deport, because if they don't, we will find them, we will arrest them, and they will never return. So that's according to, that's in quotes, according to Homeland Security Secretary Christy norm. So the CBP app is they're saying it's the best gift, blah, blah, blah. But those illegal aliens who don't take advantage of this special offer today only have one alternative. They will be arrested, deported, and they will never be able to return to the United States. So a little bit of a threat there, but just so you know, seek legal counsel before you sign up for such things, because each case is different and you don't know what else could be tied up with that sweet deal, the $3,000 deal. So sometimes you can go out of the country and not be allowed back in. So depending on the conditions and what they stipulate on that app or on your specific case, just be aware. Think about when the deal is too sweet. If something is too good to be true, it probably is. But seek legal counsel and make sure that you are well informed before you make that decision. So that's one of the things that we're talking about today. If you have never seen the app, let me show you what the app looks like and what you're supposed to do. I know it's not a lot of people that may benefit from this, but you never know. Even if it's one person that can benefit, some people don't want to, to get arrested by ICE. Nobody wants to get arrested. Nobody wants to get detained. And this is a way that you can help yourself. You can leave the country peacefully without incurring fines. But like I said, make sure you seek legal counsel. So this is the app, the CBP app. So what they're saying, would you like to depart the US? Let us help you get home easily and provide you with a $1,000 exit bonus. So that's what they used to offer before. But now they are tripling that for the holiday season until the 31st of December of 2025. So you download the app and then you select the language you want to fill out the form and select I'm ready to leave the US, and then fill out personal information and contact information in the form and tap continue, and then take a photo to verify your information. Take a quick photo, make sure to read the instructions in the photo capture screen, and then you submit. Once you submit, you have reviewed your information and submitted. Once you've reviewed your information and submitted, you are all set. Someone will contact you to help you. So that's the app for those of you who are interested. I'm not going to deal so much on that, but I figured because there's a time limit and there could be somebody who can benefit from that, that is a way that you can use to leave the United States if that's the choice that you make. I know this I know this channel is to help you come to the United States, but it is what it is. Sometimes you get here and things don't work out for you, and sometimes the better option is to go back home. So that's an option for you. So make sure that you know that this is not a right or a requirement, it's a policy decision. Some statements in the release emphasize enforcement, but your rights and options vary based on your circumstances. So discussing your individual situation with an attorney is always recommended before making hasty decisions, okay? All right. So I don't know if you guys have any questions about that. If you have, or if you know anybody who could be in that particular situation, you can forward this video to them. Tap on the screen, share the live, and like the live, guys. Double tap on YouTube. Please like the live and share. So the other thing that I wanted to just slightly talk about is the recent tragedy that we had here in the United States a few days ago. On December 23rd, 2025, a major gas explosion rocked the Bristol Health and Rehab Center, also known as Silver Lake Nursing Home in Bristol Township, Bucks County in Pennsylvania. The blast caused partial collapse of the facility, fire, and mass evacuation. 2 people were killed, including a healthcare worker. A nurse or nurse assistant, we're not clear about that, but I think it's a nurse, identified as 52-year-old Muthoni Nduthu, originally from Kenya. About 20 people were injured, some of them seriously. Miss Nduthu was a hardworking caregiver, a mother, and she was beloved by her community. Her passing has been mourned widely by colleagues, residents, families, and both the Kenyan diaspora and nursing community. Authorities believe a gas leak triggered the explosion, though the investigation is still ongoing. Part of the building collapsed, trapping residents and staff before they were rescued. This tragic event reminds us of the risks healthcare workers face every day and how fragile life can be, especially during the holidays. So let's take a moment to remember and honor Muthoni Nduthu and all victims affected by this tragedy. So I did a quick TikTok video about it. It's very sad. Many questions. People are asking questions like, could this have been prevented? What is it that could have been done to prevent such a loss at this holiday season? She had children, so obviously the kids were waiting for her to go back home for the holiday season. Maybe she picked up some shifts. You never know. Maybe it was just her regular shift. But when we go to work hoping that we will go back home to our families. You don't go to work thinking that that will be your last day at work uh, or on this earth. But that just shows how fragile life is and how we should just appreciate each day, live your life to the fullest, appreciate the people around you, always make sure that you're grateful for the things that you have, and thank God for every day that we are alive. So if you have any questions, let's see what questions you have on TikTok. Today's live was short. It's about the CBP offering $3,000 to people who want to self-deport, who are here illegally. The deadline is December 31st, 2025. And also the tragic loss of one of us here in the US, a lady nurse, healthcare worker who passed away on the 23rd of December from an explosion at her job in Bristol, in Pennsylvania. So let me see what questions you guys have right now. Sunday afternoon. Well, let me know what you guys are up to. Dear, you're saying I'm from Ghana with case number 17K, but still haven't received my 2NL. So let's switch gears to the DV 2027. Right now, as of today, the dates have not been announced. You guys know that the DV program is on pause. So 2026 DV process visa issuance is on pause, but people are still going for interviews, but they're not being issued their visas yet. We don't know how long the pause is going to be. The pause is immediate from the release of the statement from the Department of State, and until they release or they lift the pause, we are still going to see a lot of delays. Most people texting me on TikTok are saying that they are going for the interviews, but they are not being issued the visa. Some of them are leaving their passports behind and waiting for a call back or an email from embassy to ask them to come pick up their visas or to let them know that the visa is ready. But for right now, there are no visas that are being issued because of the pause that was imposed recently. Waithaka, thank you for joining the live. Solomon, thank you for joining the live and for liking the live. Where are you guys watching from? Drop your location, where are you watching from? Thank you for your support over the 2 years that I've been doing these videos on TikTok and on YouTube. I appreciate you guys. So let me see if you got any questions here on TikTok. On YouTube, I don't see any questions, but I appreciate you being here. You can share the live so other people can join in. Vicky, thank you for joining in. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Same for 18K. So depending on your embassy, how your embassy is doing. The most recent information that I'm getting from people is that they're not getting their 2NLs. So after the February issue, the January visa bulletin that was released, I haven't heard anybody saying they received a 2NL. So I don't know whether there is another delay for 2NL release. I don't know whether it's affected by the pause that was imposed. But I haven't had any feedback of people saying most recently that they've received their 2NLs. The only information I'm getting back is that people are still going for their interviews, the ones that were already scheduled. People who have already received a visa are not affected by the pause. If your visa has already been issued, then you can travel to the US. Unless you obviously are from a travel ban country, then you have to check that. Make sure you check that. I'm really happy for the encouragement. Jimmy Mukami, thank you for joining. AF11K Nairobi Embassy, no 2NL2. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that the 2NLs are not out. They're not being released. I remember a few months ago, when was it? Was it October? Was it October that they released a whole batch of 2NLs, I think twice, for Nairobi Embassy? They had two separate batches. But we'll know how the embassies are performing by January, so we'll see who's getting what and up to what case number and how many visas have been issued so far. Rug Stewart, we make custom rugs and we would love to do business with you. Okay, you can send me a message on my inbox or you can send me an email, lucymwangiusa@gmail.com. Thank you guys for being here. Is it possible to send 2NLs as from tomorrow? I don't know what the government is doing. Right now, we play by ear. We go to the websites, we check the updates, we check the information to see what's going on there. And we just go with the flow because we can't even use previous years to predict what's going to happen this year. So the best thing is to stay informed and to keep watching the updates. Watching you from Finland, Small Abu 44. Thank you so much for watching from Finland. Thank you very much. Okay. For all the new immigrants who are new in the United States, welcome to the US. I hope that your stay will be fruitful. I hope you'll achieve everything that you're out to achieve, your dreams. I hope your dreams come true. Create your own dreams and follow your dream. Make sure you fight to achieve it, okay? So the American dream, in my opinion, is you create it. You create it. I used to think that the American dream is something that I will just get. When I get here, people will just shower me with things. But you have to fight. You have to work hard, work smart. You have to make it. It's what you make it, really. The American dream is what you make it and how you make it. All right. So for the new immigrants in the US, welcome to the United States. If you're new here and you're in the chat, let me know where you are, the state that you're coming to, or the state that you are already, if you're already in the US. For the new immigrants who just celebrated their first Christmas here, I hope you had a Merry Christmas, your first holiday season, your first snow. Let me know how it is in the comment section. You can email me with your experience. My email is lucymwangiusa@gmail.com. Somebody on YouTube is asking, Hale as him. I probably mispronounced your name, but I apologize. What shall I do if I receive 2NL during the pause time? So if you received 2NL during the pause time, they're saying that you should proceed with your interviews on TikTok. They're saying that you should proceed with your scheduled interview. You should not cancel your interview. They're saying that if you've already been issued a visa, it's not going to be revoked. So it's still good. So if you have already an interview, please don't cancel it unless you're told otherwise. Okay. All right. A Ghanaian watching from Finland. Okay. You're from Ghana, but you're in Finland. Okay. Okay. AF Nairobi Embassy North to NL as well. I'm following from DRC. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Drop your location, guys. Let me know where you're watching from. And thank you for being here this afternoon. Wairimu Kimani, first time here from Seattle. Been here 28 years and an entrepreneur. Congratulations. How has it been? How is your experience? 28 years. That's a long time. So that's somebody who's been here for a long time. Wairimu Kimani, thank you for being here from on TikTok. I appreciate you. Make sure you follow me, guys, for immigration updates. I talk about life in the US as an immigrant. I give updates about the diversity visa program and different kinds of visas that help you come to the United States. So, Warimo Kimani, welcome. Welcome to the community. Thank you very much for being here. Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas from User. Thank you very much. For those of you who are coming in, official Kena, will the pause end? That's what I want to know. Hopefully, the pause will end so that we can move on with our lives. The people who, especially the winners of 2026 DV, who are now in limbo, who don't know what the hell to do because the government placed this pause on their process, their visa application process. So people are still going for the interviews from my understanding and from the feedback that I'm getting, especially from TikTok. Thank you guys for the feedback. I'm getting a lot of feedback from people saying they're still going for interviews. So if you have a scheduled appointment, please keep your appointment and go to your appointment. Most likely, you guys will be placed on 221G, which is administrative processing. And after the pause, depending on how long the pause is going to be, hopefully it's not too long, then you will get communication as to how to pick up your visa once it's stamped. Because people are going for interviews and they're being told that your visa is approved, but they're not getting the stamp on the passport. They're not getting the actual visa stamped on the passport. Emilia, thank you guys for joining. Double tap the screen on TikTok so that TikTok can push this live to other people so it can be shared across TikToks for other people can join. Okay. Hi, guys. Abdul Rashid. Hi, how are you? YY. Thank you guys for being here. Eddie Shiko, thank you for being here. Thank you guys. Good afternoon. Where are you at? This is Delaware. It's about 1:05 p.m. Wairimo, you're saying it was easier back in the 90s, a bit tougher now, but nothing is impossible with determination. That is true. The immigration system in the US is becoming more and more complicated. It's becoming harder and harder for people to come to the US and to stay in the US. So now the people who are here, there are so many policies that are coming up that are really making it difficult for the people who are here to want to stay. And then the people who are trying to come to the US are having a hard time because of policies that are coming up that are making it harder for people to come to the United States. So but nothing is impossible. So if you still have a dream to come to the United States, please visit travel.state.gov. The website has a lot of information about ways to come to the US. There are so many different types of visas. It's not just the DV lottery. It's so many kinds of visas. If you go there, you can see which visa is appropriate for you and you can try to apply. I just did a video about the H1B visas. That used to be a little bit it wasn't easy, but it was very competitive. But now they want the employers to pay $100,000 in order to sponsor somebody to come. For those who don't know, H-1B visa is for highly skilled workers. It's applied by the employer. So for getting people who are highly skilled to come and work or to supplement the workforce here in the United States. But according to the government, it's one of the most highly abused types of visas, and they're trying to revamp that and review. It's a lottery system. About 65,000 visas are offered in 1 year, including, and then another 20,000 are issued for people who have master's degree. The master's degree has to be a US degree, and the 65,000, the minimum education is a bachelor's degree. So it's a work-based visa. And so what the government is saying, they are making it more difficult for people to misuse it by placing $100,000 entry fee. So as you can see, the policies keep changing. They keep getting harder and harder for people to come to the United States. Maurice, how are you? Thank you for watching from Kenya. Happy and grateful to be here. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being here as well. Somebody is saying, FaceTime. Is it possible to apply DV Lottery 2026 if your country is in the travel ban list? To apply or to go for interview? Because to apply, people already applied, and those who are selected have already been selected. I think your question is 2027. You can still apply for 2027 DV. The thing is, we don't know how long the ban is going to be, and do you want to take that chance? Because the DV program is an annual thing, and we don't know if the ban is still going to be on by the end of DV 2027, which is September 30th of 2027. And President Trump, if nothing else happens, he's still going to be president by then. So I don't know if the ban will still be there or not. So that's a very personal question, but I would say just apply. You never know, because applying is $1. So, I mean, just apply, you might be selected, and then you will cross that bridge for trying to get a visa when you get there. Okay. Somebody crypto magnet saying the dream is in Africa. You know, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. So, however, Young Tycoon, oh, I like your name. The Young Tycoon from Iowa. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being here on TikTok. Dreams are what you make your own dream wherever you want to make it. If you feel like you can accomplish your goals and your dream in Africa or wherever your country is, then do that. If you feel like coming to the US could help enhance your life and make things better for you, then do that. Make sure you're using legal ways of coming to the United States so that you don't get in immigration trouble. Thank you for the gifts, guys, and thank you for sharing the live. I'll give you 3 seconds, guys, to like the live. Let's get to 3,000 likes so that TikTok can share the live to other people. Abdul, you're saying, I've been waiting for Nairobi Embassy for a response because I had 221G. How long can it be? So depending on why you had your 221G, what reason did they give, Abdi? What reason did they give? Were they waiting for a document for you to submit a document? And now with the pause, I don't even know whether the time will be prolonged now before you got your visa and because before you got approved. So I would follow up with the embassy. I would email them to see whether they are still working on it or what's going on. But with the pause, even if they approved it, they are not going to give you a visa until the pause is lifted. Okay. Uh, Somebody's saying, I heard crypto magnate, I heard immigration laws have changed for 2026 again. Yeah, every now and then they keep coming up with new things, new policies, new proclamations. Somebody's asking, Peaches, $100 is for what? It's not $100. It's $100,000. $100,000 for employers who want to sponsor people to come from abroad, from outside the US, to come and work here. Highly skilled people in finance, in IT, in engineering, research, healthcare, all that. To come here, you have to have a minimum of a bachelor's degree or a US master's degree. Okay. They got my medical report after my interview. Okay. So that's not too bad. So unless there's something bad going on your medical report, which I hope not, then that should be easy to just email them and ask them how far they've gone. Dia said, I don't understand Ghana embassy why why they're delaying things. Yeah, and now with the ban, not with the ban, with the pause, it's just gonna cause more delays, unfortunately. Studying KRCHN in Kenya. My visa expires in 2029 before I renew. Okay. I'll Betel. When will the pause be lifted? We don't know when the pause will be lifted. As soon as that is announced, I will do a video. But for right now, I don't have information about when, because when they sent the statement, when the Department of State sent the statement out, they just said that it's effective immediately. And then they said who is affected and who is not affected. And then they did not say when it's going to end. And until they announce that, then we'll just have to wait. When will it probably be? I have no idea. Okay. Let me see. On TikTok, you're welcome. Is it easy for a doctor to access work? Once you get here, obviously you have to go through the US accreditation if you want to work here, or unless you find a job that will file for you using the H1B visa to file for you to come and work. So you have to find an institution, a hospital, or somewhere that will help you, sponsor you to come and work here. But healthcare is open. Healthcare is a big career field that you can easily get work. Okay. When will the pause end? Having a visit visa and studying nursing here in Kenya, Lucy, which way can I settle in the US? Can you find a school here in the US and then you can transfer and come continue doing your nursing school here? F1 visa, maybe you can do that. There are different agencies that help people do that, but the agencies that help people do that, they help people who are already nurses and who are already working in Kenya. But if you are a nursing student, maybe you can try looking for a college here that you can continue with your nursing studies as a F1, you know. Since you already have a visit visa, you can come and you can look for a school, come here and transfer your status from B1 to B1, B2 to F1 visa. On YouTube, thanks for your advice and wish you Merry Christmas. Thank you so much. Thank you. Maurice on YouTube, you're asking, now that $1 is implemented, how are we going to navigate about it via M-Pesa for us who are in Kenya? So once they release the instructions for DV 2027, obviously they'll give us instructions on how to make those payments. So for right now, they're saying it's going to be a government online portal. Most likely, it's going to be a link that you will click during the application to take you to the payment portal. But until we see it, I'm not able to tell you. Is it true if you're married to an immigrant, if they don't get approved visa, they will deport you? What do you mean? If they don't get what, a green card or what? Clarify your question. If you're married to an immigrant, meaning an immigrant with what, a green card, an immigrant who is a US citizen, or who's getting deported? Do you know if they're still sending 2NLs for 2026? I believe there's a delay with that. The most recent information I'm getting is that people are not receiving, like for this whole December, because the visa bulletin comes out in the middle of the month. And hopefully, a few days after that, they release a batch of 2NLs. I'm not getting any feedback from people saying they got their 2NLs. If you're here on these chats on YouTube or on TikTok, and you have received your 2NLs, please let us know this month of December, and let us know which country, because I have not received any information. People are not getting their 2NLs. So I don't know whether the pause is affecting the send out of 2NLs or what is going on. When will the pause probably be? Somebody's saying. You're welcome, Fraser. You guys are welcome. Thank you. Is Kenya on the exemptions list? Exemption for what? For Kenya is not on the travel ban, but everybody is on the pause. So Kenya is not on the travel ban, but all the regions that participate in the DV lottery are all affected. We are all affected by the pause of the DV lottery. Flozy, you're saying, visited for 3 months, came back home, started nursing here. Can I come back with the same visa in 1 week? Yes. If it's a multiple entry visa, it should have like a M on there. If it wasn't just a one-time single entry visa, if it's a multiple entry visa, then you can come back with it if it hasn't expired. Okay. How much is the application fee for CR1 visa? I don't know the number right now, but you can go to travel.state.gov and just search it. You'll see they have a visa fee schedule. So that you can look up. An immigrant needing a visa, you're married to, need to bring my wife from Uganda. An immigrant needing a visa, you're married to, need to bring my wife from Uganda. So do you have a green card or do you have a US citizenship? Because then you have to file for her. You have to petition under the family-based visa. What kind of, like, how did you come? Did you come with a DV or did you change your status and now you have a green card or you have a visitor visa? Like, I mean, not visitor, but US citizenship. Then you have to go ahead and petition for your wife to come. Family-based visas. And most of those processes are actually on pause right now, the visa issuances. USCIS is not processing things. I don't know what's going on this. So if you're a US citizen, then you should petition for her. You should petition for her. Please go to travel.state.gov and read about family-based visas. It gives you instructions on how to petition for your spouse, step by step. It also tells you the fees, the expected wait times, which might be long now that we have this pause going on and we have all these policies coming up immigration wise. But the sooner you apply or petition for your spouse, the better. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for your gifts and for liking the live. Thank you for liking the live on YouTube. Thank you for liking the live, guys. And do you have any other questions on YouTube? Thank you. Share the live. Share the live. Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm a winner of the DV lottery. My interview is on the 6th of January. Will I get my visa? User. Where, what country? Congratulations, or at least getting the interview scheduled. So they're saying that despite the pause, you should go ahead and keep your interview. Don't cancel your scheduled interviews. You may not be you be given the visa, but they will let you know if you have been approved or if you're going to be put on administrative processing, and you can keep now communicating with your embassy after that. So I wish you all the best on the 6th. I hope everything works out for you. Let me know which embassy. You're welcome. Good evening for people who are saying good evening here. Benin. Okay, you're from Benin. Okay. All the best. All the best on your interview. Hafiz, for those of you who are just joining in, good afternoon or good morning. Good afternoon here from Delaware. It's about 1:24 p.m. Thank you for being here this Sunday. Do you think, Shakags, do you think DV 2027 stands a chance to be opened? I hope so. I hope so. The delay is just too long. The delay has been so long until you start having doubts. But until they come up and say that the DV program has been canceled, we still hope that it's still going to be open. The window of the deadlines, the timeline is getting shorter and shorter because in May, if we go by history, they're supposed to be announcing the winners. So by now, you guys know that the DV lottery program opens around October, about 5 weeks until November, early November, after which there's a delay for almost about 6 months. And then in May, they announce the winners. So once they announce the winners, those winners now start completing their DS 260. And so the processing of the visas and the interviews starts in October. And for them to go for interviews in October, which is the beginning of that year, then they have to have received their second notification letters. They have to have gone for medicals and all that. So the timeline is getting like shorter and shorter. They are running out of time. I'm not sure how they plan to do that, whether they're going to shorten the time from announcing the winners to processing their visas, or they're going to delay announcing the winners. So we will see how it plays out. We are heading into January. So I'm not sure what is going to happen for real. This is one of those things that it's a wait and see. It's a wait and see. But until they announce that they canceled the DV, which we talked about earlier, it is not simple to just cancel the DV. It requires an act of Congress. It's a whole process. They can pause it, but the thing is, how long can they pause it before it becomes a problem for them later? Okay, good evening. Good evening. Hailey, what is the time limit of the pause? They didn't specify. They didn't put a time limit on the pause. And so I don't know. How can I travel to Canada? I don't have information about Canada. Siblings petition limits your chances of even getting a visit visa. Yeah, once you claim or you show any immigrant intent, that means if you apply for a immigrant visa and then you while that is pending, you apply for a non-immigrant visa like a visit visa or a student visa, then your chances of being approved for the visit visa becomes very slim because you've already demonstrated immigrant intent, meaning that you intend to come to the United States to live and work here. So the chances of you getting a visit visa becomes, compromised a little bit. Oh, Kaka Audi, thank you. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, guys. Where are you watching from? You are in DMV area? Yeah. Yes, yes, I am. Stop playing. People on TikTok. Somebody's playing games here. Uh, somebody's asking about Ethiopia. What about Ethiopia? Is there hope for DV Lottery 2027? Yes, there is hope. I'm a registered nurse. Any connect me with any job opportunity, please? It's not easy to just automatically connect somebody with anything anymore. You have to follow the due process. You have to either go through agencies and look for a company that is going to sponsor you. If you watched the video from the beginning, I talked about the visa that brings nurses and other specialized workers to the US, which is the H-1B visa. They are making it more and more complicated for them to petition for people. In addition to the fees that are associated with the visa, they are adding $100,000 as the entry fee. So that's a lot of money for a company to say, let's put all this money on this one person. They must really need the services of that person. So they're just making the program more and more difficult. So you can go through agencies and see if they're still doing that. You can search them online, right? Okay. What about Ethiopia? What about it? Ethiopia is not under the travel ban, is it? There are so many travel ban countries. I can't keep up. So I have to keep a list here for reference. No, Ethiopia is not under the travel ban, fortunately for them. Okay. You've seen Ethiopia on the travel ban? What list are you looking at? Guys, is Ethiopia on the travel ban? It's not. Ethiopia is not on the travel ban, guys. All right. For clarification, let me go over the travel ban countries. The initial 12 countries that were on the travel ban before they were increased to the initial 19 countries that were on the travel ban before they were increased to 39. For the total ban, we have Afghanistan, Burma, which is Myanmar, Chad, Republic of the Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Haiti, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. For the initial partial ban, we had 7 countries to make a total of 19. Burundi, Cuba, Laos, Sierra Leone, Togo, Turkmenistan, and Venezuela. So on December 16th, 2025, there was a new list of travel ban countries that was, guys on TikTok, you're going to be dropped if you don't tap on the screen. Please tap on the screen or you guys are going to be dropped. Please share the live and tap on the screen. Okay, guys? Thank you. So the new list of travel ban countries added 5 new countries: Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, South Sudan, and Syria. In addition to that, Sierra Leone and Laos were not upgraded but elevated to full ban entry from partial ban. And then Palestinian Authority document holders are now on the total ban. And then 15 countries were added to the partial ban. Angola, Antigua and Barbuda, Benin, Cote d'Ivoire, which is Ivory Coast, Dominica, Gabon, the Gambia, Malawi, Mauritania, Nigeria, Senegal, Tanzania, Tonga, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. Okay, so Burundi, Cuba, they were already there on the previous one, Togo, Turkmenistan, and Venezuela. So Venezuela had some kind of special treatment because I guess they are cooperating with the United States. So they only have the immigrant visa ban, but the non-immigrant visas for them, the tourist and student visas, are now allowed. They're still on the partial ban, but not for the non-immigrant visas, only for the immigrant visas. So I guess if you keep following what the United States want, your country can be taken off the travel ban. And that's what happened to Turkmenistan. So hopefully, once if they keep complying with the US immigration regulations, then maybe by the next review in 180 days, maybe they'll be taken off completely from the travel ban. Who knows? So no, Ethiopia is not on that list, guys. Ethiopia is not on that list. Okay. So you applied for A1 visa, B1, B2, and you were denied. You want to apply for F1 visa. Do I have a chance? So depending on the reasons that you were given for the denial. So I don't know why you are denied. So depending on the reasons for the denial, then you have to have a strong case. You have to be able to give reasons why you should qualify for another non-immigrant visa. Most of the time for the non-immigrant visas, they're looking for strong ties to your home country. You have to justify that you're not going to come to the US and refuse to go back to your home country. And then you have to have a strong purpose of your visit. What is the reason you're visiting? How are you going to support yourself? If it's school, if it's uh, even if you're visiting, are you able to support yourself, or are you going to become a public charge? The US, they don't like that. They don't like you to come here and start asking for public help, financially or otherwise. So you have to show strong ties to your home country and strong reasons for being here and how you're going to support yourself while you're here. What are you doing when you're here? How are you going about your day-to-day life? All right. Okay. Habon, you're saying I'm outside US, my case approved. Okay. What case? What case are you talking about? What kind of visa are you talking about? For everybody who has been approved the visa, I know how difficult sometimes it is, how challenging it is to be able to be issued a visa. So that's a big step forward towards your journey to come to the United States. Because winning the lottery does not guarantee that you're going to get a visa. All right. So that's number one. And then getting the visa does not guarantee that you're going to be allowed entry into the US. So until you land in the US and you change your status and you get your green card, don't take things lightly. Keep following the requirements for that particular visa that you are working on. Okay. thank you guys for following. Thank you for liking the live on TikTok and for sharing and liking the live on YouTube as well. I appreciate you guys. Do you guys have any other questions? I know a lot of questions are surrounding the DV program 2026. Right now, we are in limbo. We still don't know what's going on. We are just waiting to see what the announcements are going to be. Hopefully, after the holiday season. Right now, we are in the holiday season. We're going to go through Christmas and then New Year's, and hopefully, when things go back to normal, we'll see some good news. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that they will release the pause, they will lift the pause so that people can continue processing their visas. And then questions about how come the visa bulletin is still being released, because it's two different agencies that are working. So the DV program is run by the Department of State, and then issuing, and it handles issuing of visas outside the country, outside the US, so the embassies, the consulates. The USCIS handles any adjustment of status and issuing of visas in the United States. So the visa bulletin is still going on because DOS has not paused that. The Department of State has not paused that. And that's why they released that statement saying the visa processing is going to continue, but the actual visa issuance is not happening right now. So you can go to your interview and get approved, but they are not going to actually stamp your visa on your passport yet until the pause is lifted. Yeah, we're in limbo, guys. What do I mean by the term we are in limbo? We are in limbo means we're just hanging around waiting. Things are just pending right now. That's what it means. Like we can't move forward, we can't go backward. We're just there waiting. We are waiting. Is the 29th of December a normal working day in the US? Tomorrow? It is and it's not. It depends on your company. For us, like tomorrow I'm working, so I still have to go to work. But I'm thinking the banks will be open too, so we are back to work. Okay. All right. Any other questions, guys, on YouTube? Do you guys have any other questions? I don't see any fresh questions. Share the live, tap on the screen, guys. Thank you for being here on TikTok. It's a lot of you here, so help me get to 10K likes on TikTok as you support me on these platforms. I appreciate you. For everybody who's been here with me since 2023, when I started doing these videos, I appreciate you. For all the new followers, thank you for following me. Thank you for your comments, for the engagement. Thank you for the gifts and for letting other people know about my platforms. I talk about immigration updates. I talk about the diversity visa program. I talk about legal pathways of coming to the US and life in America as an African immigrant. I'm a nurse by profession. I came here many years ago through a different kind of visa, not the DV, but I get a lot of information from people who have processed their visas, their diversity visas, people who have gone through the process and who give me like firsthand information about what's going on. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. Is there any green lights when it comes to DV 2027? No, I don't have any information about DV 2027. We're still waiting. We're still waiting. We are still waiting. All right, let me check on YouTube to see if you have any questions. I don't see any questions on YouTube, so somebody on TikTok is asking where's that question? How many times can someone go to the Nairobi embassy after 214B denial? So if you are denied because you did not show strong ties to your home country, so the consular officer is looking at your case and they're like, this person is not going to leave the US. They're just going there and they're going to stay there. They're going to use the non-immigrant visa for immigration purposes to come and stay in the US and live in the US. So once they suspect that, it's now the burden of proof is on you. You have to prove that, no, I'm going there to visit, I'm going there to study, and I don't intend to stay there and live and work there permanently. So if you can prove that, so let's say, for example, they told you that you're being denied because of 214B, you're not proving that you have enough ties to your home country. The next time that you apply, you have to go with, there's no limit to how many times you can go. Obviously, it depends also on the money, because every time you apply, you reapply, you have to pay. But the next time you go, your condition and circumstances should have changed. You should change that. Don't go there with the same story again, because you're still going to be denied. So make sure your story has changed, your circumstances have changed. So now you have enough proof that you have strong ties to your home country. So there's no limit to how many times you can try. I'm processing EB3, just filled my DS260. What of to 2026? 2026 is still processing, but things are slow. Interviews are being carried out, but no visas are being issued. Talk about visa as per now. Judy Tehila. So visit visas, yes, visas are being issued unless you are from a travel ban country. Then those ones are, they're not being issued. And even if they get issued, you're not going to be allowed entry. The biggest thing, like I said earlier, is to show proof that you have strong ties to your home country. To show that you have a strong reason for visiting the United States, and to show that you are capable of taking care of yourself financially when you're here. So if you can prove that, and then be confident, know your answers, know what you're talking about when you go there, don't contradict yourself, then yes, the chances of you getting a visa then is high. No movement on cases, too slow. Yes, things are very slow now at this time. I am Coril Jr. Hi there. Hope all is well. Yes, I'm good, Coril. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining. Please like the live. Gracious. Thank you, Lucy, for always listening to our grievances. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. All right. You're welcome, Judy. Rao, and for those of you who are joining in right now, you might be a little bit late to the party, but I can do a quick recap as you guys tap on the screen, double tap on TikTok. I can do a quick recap. Today, we talked about the incentive by the the Department of State and Custom and Border Protection. They have an app, and they're giving you $3,000 to leave the United States if you are here illegally. So the U.S. Department of Homeland Security has announced a limited time $3,000 self-deport incentive for individuals in the U.S. without legal status who sign up through the CBP Home app before the end of the year. So you only have a few days, like three or 4 days. The program also includes a free flight home and possible forgiveness of certain civil penalties. So we talked about what that self-deport incentive offer really meant. We talked about who qualifies and how the CBP app works. Important risk and considerations for immigrants who are trying to pursue that. We also talked about the tragic death of a Kenyan immigrant healthcare worker following a nursing home explosion in Bristol, Pennsylvania. And we are now talking about these questions, diversity visa, and other questions that you guys have. So that's just a recap of what we are talking about as you double tap the screen on TikTok. And as you're coming in, thank you. Okay. Blue Crystal. Blue Crystal. I like that. Will there be Green Card Lottery 2026 or it has ended? It hasn't ended. It's just very slow now. People are going for interviews. They're not being issued visas. They're probably being put on administrative processing, waiting for the pause to be lifted. Yes, Judy, thank you. It's such a loss, and I feel like it was such an inevitable loss, because from what authorities are saying from the from the case for the Kenyan lady that lost her life on the 23rd, right before Christmas, guys, that was sad. They're saying that they could smell gas for I don't know how many days prior to that. So people are asking themselves whether that could have been avoided. That was an unnecessary death that happened that could have been avoided. So very, very sad because she had kids and a family here. So very sad. Giselle, green card. It's open. It's open next year. We'll wait and see. We'll finish our holiday celebrations and then we'll see what happens when the New Year's gets here. And hopefully they'll open the portal and they'll give us instructions on how to apply and how to pay the $1 fee. It is not conclusive whether they need the passport. That final rule hasn't come out. I haven't seen it on the websites. I haven't seen that. You're welcome. Thank you for your questions, guys. Can someone, Gracious is asking, can someone go for an interview in another country, example, visit visa? So for a lot of these visas, interviews now, what they're saying is that you need to go to the interviews where they're, where you live. So, or for the DV interviews, is where your country is, not country of birth. That's where they want you to go for interviews, unless you reside in a different country. And so, if you're a resident, if you were born in Kenya but then you live in Dubai, then you can go for interviews in Dubai. But you have to be a resident there. It's not just you're visiting. You can't just be visiting. You have to be a resident there. So, Jessica from Cameroon, 36 and single. Okay. Are you looking for someone? Rao is saying, I'm new here on TikTok. Welcome all the new followers on TikTok. Welcome to this live stream. Follow me for lives like this. I appreciate you being here. Rao, thank you from Kenya. Jessica from Cameroon saying 36 and single, so probably looking for someone. Let me see. Mseya, natafuta bibi around Boston area. Oh, somebody's also looking for a wife. I have a question, Salo, Dario. Okay, ask your question. Hello, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. What's your question? This is not a dating site, guys. Easy patanisho. So go to the dating sites, or I don't know where else people find husbands and wives. So Salo, before I finish the live, where is your question? Salo Dario. Okay. Thank you guys for talking about dating, just off the script a little bit. I saw a post on Facebook saying that 99% of people who the person, I think it was Mushamba Marekani, that in their interview says that, they stated that once nurses graduated from nursing school, they said they didn't need a husband anymore. I was like, wait, what? I'm a nurse. That is not true. That is not true. I don't know why nurses get a bad rep here in the US. Are there any nurses here? Are there any nurses in the house or people who work in healthcare? All right, there's a question here that says, tuseme nimewin green card, inatake how many days kwenda embassy? Okay, once you win so here's the process for the green card lottery. So you apply around October, technically, because this year we are late. So we don't know when we are going to apply for the 2027. But typically, when you apply, it's open between October and November, right? So once you submit your entry, you wait until March. You wait about 5-6 months, and then the winners are announced. So that's when you find out that you've won. You've been randomly selected as a winner. Okay, and then you get a case number. Then you proceed to complete the DS 260, which is the immigrant application for the immigrant visa. And then you wait for KCC to process your Kentucky Consular Center to process your DS 260. And then once they process your DS 260, you get another notification called the second notification letter, which is pretty much an email saying, go back to the portal where you checked whether you are a winner, and check to see if your embassy has sent you a message about the date, time, and place of your interview and the other instructions related to the medical. So once you access that, you read that, you go do your medical. Do your medical before the visa appointment, okay? And then you go for your visa appointment. You either get approved or you don't get approved. Hopefully you get approved. The process is you wait a few days and they tell you how you're going to pick up your visa. You leave your passport behind and they stamp the visa on the passport and then they send it to you depending on which courier services you picked or you selected for them to send you your passport, including the visa. After that, it's now up to you to make arrangements to come to the US, but you need to travel before the visa expires. Technically, the visa expires 6 months after the date of your medical. So be aware that the DV program has a lot of deadlines. So you are supposed to be issued a visa before the end of that DV program. So for 2026 DV program, people should receive their visas prior to 30th September of 2026. And that's why this pause is very important and it's affecting a lot of people because it's just making the time very short for people to be able to process their visas. So that's the process if you're new to the DV program. And if you're new to this show or to these platforms, I have videos about step-by-step DV lottery process. So you can watch those on YouTube and on TikTok. Okay. Alafu utaruhusiwa kwenda US kama una host. I heard that they will deny your visa juu hauna host. For those who don't understand, Salo is asking, are you going to be allowed entry into the US, or are you going to get a visa if you don't have a host? A host is very important. It's very important for the US government to know where you're going to be staying when you arrive in the US, no matter what kind of visa you're coming with. The big thing is you have to prove that you're not going to be a public charge. A public charge is a nuisance to the US. It's somebody who is accepting help, federal or state government help to support yourself. You're supposed to be able to be self-sufficient. So whether you're going to show an affidavit of support, and that is given by your host or your sponsor, to show the financial capability that they are saying that they are going to support you, but during the time that you're here new in the United States. So whether you're going to provide that, or whether you're going to show a huge sum of money, financial capability, you have to show that. And yes, a host is very important. Is one of the questions they're going to ask you at the interview is, where are you staying and how are you supporting yourself when you get here? Okay. Somebody is saying, I'm very gracious. I'm very optimistic. I'm getting there very soon, and I will come to testify live on your channel. Amen. I'm rooting for you guys. I'm rooting for everybody who is planning or who has a dream of coming to the United States. May your dream stay alive until you accomplish it. Don't lose hope. Keep working on what you need to work on until you achieve your dream. Martha Steve, how are you? Thank you for joining us on TikTok. So clear and informative, always watching your videos on YouTube. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching me on YouTube. I appreciate you. Who are those people sending me roses? Thank you for sending me roses, Maurice. Thank you on TikTok. How far the program of DV lottery? Cool J, how far? What do you mean? Rephrase your question. Stopper 254, how are you guys? Thank you for joining the live. Is there anybody who wants to come on the live on TikTok? You can send me an invite and a request, and I can invite you. If you have something to say. Okay. Let me see. Salo, ukiwa na green card, will you be allowed to do a job there? Just any job? Yes. Thank you for 10K likes on TikTok, guys. I appreciate you. I need a sip of water now. Thank you so much. Yes, once you get a green card, you can start working right away, because a green card, the DV lottery program gives you a diversity visa, which is a immigrant visa. The difference between immigrant and non-immigrant: immigrant means you're coming to stay. Unahama, you're moving. You're moving from whatever country to the US. Non-immigrant means you're just here for a temporary visit. So the diversity visa gives you privileges to live and work here in the United States. Once you get to the port of entry, your passport is stamped, and so your visa now changes to a green card, lawful permanent resident, so a green card holder. In order for you to activate that, to change from a visa to the green card, you have to come through a port of entry. And that's why they say that getting a visa does not guarantee that you are going to get a green card here, or you're going to be allowed entry. If they find reasons to detain you or to deny you entry at the port of entry, regardless of whether or not you won the DV, you went for the visa interview, you got the visa, they have the authority to detain you there. They have the authority to question you. They have the authority to go through a secondary inspection and grill you, go through your phone. If they have any suspicion about anything, they have the authority to go through that whole process until they're satisfied that you're good to go, and then you can come into the US. So until you cross over through the port of entry, you're still a diversity visa holder. You're not a green card holder. You have to activate your status by getting into the US through a port of entry. And that's why it's very important that envelope that they give you and they tell you don't open it, give it to the CBP officers at the port of entry. Follow those instructions. Don't be curious and you want to open that. Obviously, don't carry things that will be suspicious. Make sure that your information is consistent with what you answered on your DS-260 and what you answered at the interview. Don't start changing things unless maybe something has changed from the time that you did your interview to the time at the port of entry. For example, if your host has changed, make sure you have contact information so that if they say, let's call your host, then it's not a ghost, it's not a fake host. It's somebody that will be on standby in case the CBP officers need to make a phone call to verify your information. So things like that, you got to pay attention, bear in mind things like those when you're going through this whole process. Yes, but you can get a job ASAP. As soon as you get your social security number, your green card, you're good to go. Okay. All right. Let's see if you have any questions. How much money? Somebody's asking about money. Where did that go? You have a lot of comments on TikTok. Let me see. How much money, gracious? How much money am I needed to get there after winning green card? Husband and 3-year-old. Okay. So you need, after winning the green card. So you mean the whole amount for the whole process? The DV program is not cheap. It is not handed to you by the US government. There are fees involved. One of the biggest fees is the visa application fee. And so it's per applicant and it's $330. So multiply that by 3 people. So even the 3-year-old is paying the same amount. You have also to incur medical fees, when you go for the medical, flight fees, other miscellaneous fees, because you have to verify documents and stuff like that, police report, all that. There are other miscellaneous fees involved, but the biggest fee is the visa application fee and the medical fee and the flights. And then also you still need to have some money to support yourself when you get here, because unless your host is 100% helping you. YY is saying, by the way, I'm new here on this live. I'm here in Mbarara, Uganda. I'm a DV lottery winner 2026. All right. Congratulations. Welcome to the community. Welcome to Lucy Mwangi USA. I appreciate you being here. Make sure you follow me while you're here. All right. What's your case number? What is your case number? Yes, Judy's wishing you all the best, YY. Alicia is saying, hi, Madam Lucy. I've been following you. I won the DV 2026 and I went for the interview on the 15th. All right. On the 15th of December? And which embassy? And were you approved? I hope so. Did you get your visa? Or was, because that was before the pause was announced. The pause was announced on, I do so many videos, I don't even remember when the pause was. The pause was on, let me see if I can find that. The pause was just the other day. It wasn't so long ago. Yeah, it was just last week, the pause, and it was effective immediately. And so did you get approved? Did you get a visa? Let us know. Let us know how things are going. Please, guys, just share your stories here. Share your experiences. Somebody can benefit from it. That's why I open up these lives so that we can all learn from each other. So that we can all learn from each other. So congratulations, Alicia. Congratulations. Biva is asking, hi Lucy, what's your take on Mwiti's International Scholars Program? Would you advocate for it? If you have qualified, I haven't talked to Mwiti, but I've seen those videos, I've seen his interviews. I don't know anybody personally who has come through that program, but I think there's somebody coming next year, and they are coming to the University of Delaware, which is one of our biggest universities here. And once she gets here, I'm planning to do an interview with her if it's okay with her, and she can tell us about the process. The is for people who already have a bachelor's degree. You have to have intentions of following through with school, master's degree program, and specifically the STEM courses. You have to do those. They help you with the tuition. I believe they help you get a loan to pay for your school. They help you with the whole process. I'm not sure how much they pay. I think it's over $1,000, give or take $1,000 to help with the visa process of coming through. They help you with accommodation, and they help you with getting the school. So far, I haven't heard any negative feedback from anybody. But like I said, there's a lady who said she came through that program. Hopefully by next year, when she settles down, I can get her to do an interview. Or if Bob Mwiti would like to do an interview with us, you can email me, lucymwangiusa@gmail.com, and we can do like an interview, and you can tell people about it, and people can learn more about the program. But thank you for asking that question. Okay. Will the pause be lifted anytime soon, in your opinion? I don't know. I hope so. I hope so. Okay. Unfortunately, Alicia, you did not succeed in the interview. Why? What happened? What happened? What did they say? I'm curious now. Kenyua Kevin is asking you, how come? How come you didn't? Okay. Somebody's asking if you live in the Philippines. Will the pause be lifted anytime soon? Stopper, you're saying it was on the 18th. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you. The pause. The pause was on the 18th of the 19th. Who's asking who lives in the Philippines? We don't live in the Philippines. Or is there somebody here who lives in the Philippines? Okay. My case number is 67,000, and I'm really worried about this pause given that my case number is high. Why? Yeah, you have reasons to be worried, but at the same time, don't lose hope. Don't lose hope because you never know. You never know. Don't lose hope. Just shikilia to your 67K. Just hold on to it. And we hope that things will get better in 2026. Alicia, Kenya, Nairobi, USA Embassy. Okay. Amasasi say, I'm a Ghanaian and I want the DV 2016 submitted by 2016 or 2026. I believe you mean 2026, but nothing yet. Cherko saying, hi Lucy, when to send to NL KCC? I don't know. These agencies are just doing what they want to do these days. I don't know. We just wait for the updates, and we give you the updates as we find them. What's going on here? Beadwork. What's going on where? We are talking about the diversity visa program. We are talking about life in America as an African immigrant. We do these live shows once in a while, so I'm glad you're here. If you have any diversity visa program questions, you can put them here. Where are you watching from? Beadwork. Are you in Uganda? Uh, Furer says, I came in late. Any clue on how safe it is to move within the USA with a pending asylum only? Right now, and this is not legal advice, but it's from what I'm seeing on the websites. Right now, if you have an asylum pending, or if you are here on asylum, you should be very careful how you move around, because I believe the agencies are working together with law enforcement, and they're using any kind of excuse to detain and arrest people. So I would be more careful moving around. Okay. Uh, Farhia. Hi, Lucy. I have a BCom. What opportunities are available in the US? You can apply for a student visa and pursue your education, or you can use that scholars program by Muiti to see if you want to pursue further education. You can search it online. Something, it's called International Scholars. What is it called, you guys? I think it's called International Scholars Program. Let me see. International Scholars Program. International. I think that's what it's called. Is that what it's called, guys? International Scholars Program, Nairobi, Kenya. It used to be only for Kenyans, but I think now it's for, let me see if I can share with you guys. It used to be only for Kenyans, but now it's international. It used to be called something else, like, what was it called before? Something flight. I don't remember. Okay, but here it is on YouTube. I'm sharing on YouTube, International Scholars Program for people who have a bachelor's degree. Oh, thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you on TikTok. So unlock your dreams. So the International Scholars Program is a one-stop platform that empowers bright, that empowers bright talent to study, live, and work abroad, unlocking global opportunities without limits. Our institution is proudly accredited by the Association of International Enrollment Management in the United States and the Commission for University Education in Kenya, upholding the highest standards of quality and integrity. So you can read about it if you are interested, and steps to make your dream to study abroad a reality through International Scholars Program, and is a whole step-by-step process. So read about that if something that you may be interested in. That's just another way of coming to the US and a resource for you. Somebody's asking, where did you take your DV lottery photo? I don't think it matters. I think you just take a professional studio. Yes, dear, you're in Uganda. Okay. Mauricio is asking, hello, my people. We all kindly let's support Madam Lucy Mwangi by following her on TikTok and YouTube. Thank you. Thank you, Mauricio. Thank you. We probably won't know anything until January interviews. For real. This is getting out of control. I know 2020 went through a rough patch because of the COVID, but this one right here is just too much. Thank you. Plateau, thank you guys for being here. No one in Ghana have received 2NL yet. What? Not even, I know some people in Kenya have even actually gone for interviews. Some people texted me, say they already got their visas. They're planning to come after the holiday season. They're planning to travel in January. So this is my own opinion, and this is an advice that I've been giving people since the pause. If you have a visa already in your pocket or in your possession, please travel as soon as possible because things change very frequently. So just travel and activate your green card. Okay. Somebody wants me to sponsor them to come to the US. Okay. Da, 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 da. Oh, these questions are moving so fast. I apologize. Anywhere or anyone you can recommend for taking green card photos. So depending on where you are, do you guys have a special place? I don't know where this person is asking. Gracious, where are you? Where are you? If it's Nairobi, if it's in Kenya, if you guys have any recommendations for a nice place to go take the DV photo. Although the instructions are very clear, I have a nice little video on YouTube about how to take a DV photo step by step with tips on what to do. Or you can just go to our studio and tell them you're doing a US passport, visa, passport size photo for the DV. Gracious, you're in Kenya. Okay. Hebu mpateni plug ya nini? Studio. Any studio recommendations for? I don't think it matters really. Anywhere that they take professional pictures, you can go. Judy's saying yes, no waiting. It can save a great deal. I know because you did it, Dali. There's a saying that says, "Make hay while the sun shines." Make hay while the sun shines. If it's me, if I have that visa in my possession, I will be doing fundraisers so I can travel. If that's the goal, if that's what you really want to do, you've gone through that whole process. You've gone through the process of application, you've struggled through the medical, you've paid all that money, you've struggled through the visa interview. I would do everything possible, within legal limits to get the money to come to the US. So marriage visas. The other thing that people have been asking about is their fiance visa. A lot of people are in these dating sites. Excuse me, guys. A lot of people are on the dating site. So that's one other way, one other pathway of coming to the US is through the fiance visa, K visa. K visa. But before that, let's see what Alicia is saying. I went for the interview in Nairobi Embassy and not filled my biological children in the form. Oh, okay. And then, so how did they find out that you have children? What happened? I'm curious to know this situation because it's good to learn from other people to see what is happening at these embassies. What are challenges that people are coming across? What are the questions that people are being asked on the embassy at the embassy? So it looks like it's the inconsistencies between the DS-260, your entry form, the initial entry form. If there's any inconsistencies, then from what you're saying at the interview, they are looking at all that information. And if they think or they suspect that you're being dishonest, then they can deny you a visa. So I'm curious. Okay, so she filled. She did not add her biological children in the entry, but she filled the children in the DS-260. So make sure your information. Thank you for that. I know you didn't have to tell us everything, but thank you for sharing, Alicia. I appreciate that. You have to be consistent. You have to include your children, and that's why it's important to read instructions before completing these US forms. Read the instructions. Every form that I've seen so far on these government websites has instructions on how to complete, what to avoid, how long it takes, stuff like that. What documents you need, what information are they looking for. It's important that you read the instructions so you know. I have a video about the instructions for completing the DS 260 and also for completing the entry itself. Once the government decides that they want to open the portal for 2027, they will give us instructions. I'll do another video to tell you the instructions. But part of the instructions for completing the entry for 2027 or 2026 or whatever entry is that you have to include your biological children. At the time of the entry, did you have children? Yes. Did you have children? No. So if you say that you don't have children, and then you turn around during the interview and say that you have children, and this is not a brand new child, it's not a brand new baby, it's a grown kid or somebody who is not a newborn, then you are falsifying the information. They will deem you dishonest and they will disqualify you from getting a visa. So be careful about little things. They might seem trivial at that point, at the time, but they come back to bite you in the butt later when you're trying to prove your case at the interview. So sorry about that, Alicia. Okay. That's how you messed up. We live and we learn. So hopefully you've learned from that. And thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing that with us. I was talking about K visas. K visas are fiance visas. So the thing with those, you gotta be careful who you're dating online. Because as we are pursuing these visas to come to the United States, we also have to pay attention and worry about our safety. Do your due diligence. Don't just hook up with somebody because you saw them on a dating site and they said they are American or they are from the US or they have a US citizenship through naturalization or whatever. Make sure you're doing your due diligence. Don't get caught up in some criminal activity or learn about the person. Don't just look at the visa and say, oh, I'm coming to the US and once I get in the US, I will deal with the issues later. The issues might be huge to a point where they might be too big for you to handle. So make sure you're doing your due diligence. So for the K1 visa, so that's a fiance visa. You have to be married to a US citizen. The US citizen you have to show proof that you guys have met within the last 2 years. So what people do is that they have the US citizen go to, for example, let's say, for example, it's me. I'll give myself as an example. So let's say I have some boyfriend in Kenya or somebody saw me on a dating site and they want me to get married to them so that I can bring them to the United States. All right. So I have to go to their home country and visit with them if I've never met them before. I have to show that I've met them at minimum, I think once or twice before I make the application. So if I intend to put in my application in 2028, I have to use these 2 years to get to know the person. So I have to be traveling to their home country, whatever family things that we have to do together. All this time you're collecting evidence of true, what they call it, a true relationship. It has not to be fake. It can be, once they detect that this is just marriage fraud, then you're not going to be given a visa. So those 2 years, we are using it for dating, getting to know each other, collecting evidence, WhatsApp messages, taking pictures with the family, going to different trips together, maybe buying stuff together, showing that we have things together, ownership of property or something. And then after that, I come back and we do that back and forth conversations. We are talking on FaceTime or whatever. You're collecting evidence to show that this is a true relationship, because that will help you during the actual interview. So that's one of the requirements. And then I start petitioning for the person. So in 2028, then I'll start putting in my application, or 2027, I will put in my application, and then I will pay the whatever necessary fees, and then I'll invite that person. So that's a non-immigrant visa. It is not an immigrant visa. A K1 visa is not an immigrant visa. It does not give you green card privileges. So that is a temporary visa. So I'll invite my fiance or whatever proposal. However, it's good to capture that proposal too. That helps a lot during the proposal. Make sure you have like family, if possible, to witness. The more witnesses that can vouch for that relationship, the better it becomes when it's time for you to do the interview. So after that, the person comes to the US, and then we get married. We have 90 days to get married. For a K1 visa, you have 90 days to get married. I don't know if you guys have seen that show called 90 Day Fiancé. You have 90 days to get married, and then you start now working on adjusting your status from K1 visa to green card through marriage. So that's the process, and that's its own process that takes its own fees. You got to pay fees, you have to attend interviews, you got to do biometrics, you have to wait, I think, 2 years before you apply for a green card. While you are waiting for that, you're still collecting evidence to show that this is a true relationship, okay? They cannot detect fraud anywhere. Once they detect marriage fraud, you're going to be denied even that green card. They can deny you and send you back home. So that's just a little bit about K1 visas, and we can do another live about that. And if you guys have questions, you can ask. All right. You have to show that this is a real relationship. You're staying together. The caveat, the side that I wanted guys to be aware of, is that people get blackmailed by US citizens. You get blackmailed. Now you are under the roof of this person that brought you from your home country. You are under their mercy. Without them, you cannot get this green card unless you go through the VAWA program, which is Violence Against Women's Act. And it's a different way that you can get the green card if you're being like abused by your spouse, which happens a lot. People who come through K1 visas, they get blackmailed and abused by the people who are like now their fiancés and stuff. And so, but just be aware of who you're hanging out with and who you're dating online and who you are agreeing to marry for papers. All right. Thank you guys for listening to that little speech. Okay. Oh, we've been here on the live for a long time. Hi, Lucy Gouliard. I'm still unable to track my visa status online as I have inboxed you. What's the solution? I really don't know why you're not able to access. You can use a different, like a Chrome or a different kind of server. I don't know. Or email KCC and ask if they can help you. Okay. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you guys for sharing the live on TikTok and double tapping. I appreciate you. Somebody on Facebook. Oh, William Kongo. Hi, how are you? Thank you for being here, guys. Hello, Eric. Merry Christmas. Is there a possibility of playing DV 2027? I'm hoping that we'll be able to do that soon. Case number was 4,222. I submitted my DS2 63 months ago and I have not yet scheduled for an interview. What could be the problem? The problem is there is a pause right now for DV lottery, so we're just waiting to see um, what's happening. And also, it depends on the embassy. Are you in Kenya, William? Are you in Kenya? 2NLs are not being issued right now. I'm not sure what the holdup is. I don't know whether it's related to the pause, but we are seeing a lot of delays with the processing of visas. So hopefully you'll get your interview soon. Koi Koi on YouTube, how long does it take to get a social security number after applying for asylum? Asking for a friend who have stayed there for 1 year. Can I chat you privately? So for asylum cases, because of the sensitivity of the way of that program, I don't give advice on asylum cases. I would prefer that you get legal advice because they come here under special circumstances. It's not just one of those generalized visa programs. So I would ask the friend to seek legal advice because every case is different. William Kongo, you're from Kenya. Okay, hopefully things will change for the better. Akuju, hi, how are you? How are you guys on TikTok? Ratongi. Hi, Lucy. I'm glad to find you. Thank you for being here, guys. Thank you. Thank you for sharing the live. Thank you, guys. Happy holidays. I'm thinking this is going to be my last live stream. I might do another one on Tuesday, but if I get caught up, I might not be able to do another one. So that's why this one I'm extending it for longer so that you guys can ask questions and give shout outs to your family and friends and wish everybody happy holidays. Okay. Smacky. How about a relationship with kids, but you guys are not married yet? For what? For DV or for what? Okay. So for the entry for DV, I'm assuming is for DV. That's a question on TikTok from Smacky43. There are requirements for entering the DV program. I don't think some of the major things are going to change. For example, the entry requirements, the education, work, country of origin, those ones, they may not change. Countries of eligibility, they change maybe once a year. Every year they change, they add or they remove countries of eligibility. But some of the essential things that you need to remember is are you entering as married or are you single? So you have to make that determination before you open that entry and start plugging in information. So are you going to be married or single? Married in the US eyes means you have a marriage certificate. You're married to one wife, even or husband. So even if you have multiple husbands or wives, I don't know, only one. So which one are you going to put there? So legally married with a marriage certificate. If you're separated, there's a section that you can say you are legally separated, and you have to show court papers, legal separation. If you're divorced, they will need at the interview, not at the entry. At the interview, they'll need you to show the divorce decree. If you're widowed, they'll need to see the death certificate and the marriage license. Okay. So if you have children together with this person, but you're not legally married, you are going to submit your entry as a single person. If you get married later, then you will need to show your marriage certificate later on when you go for the interview. All right. So if you're not legally married, but you have kids, then you're entering initial entry. You're entering as a single person. But please include your kids. You'll be single, but you will include your kids. Your kids are your biological children, your stepchildren who are, so if you're legally married, so your kids, and then your adopted children, make sure you have adoption papers. The kids need to be 21 years and below, and they should not be married. Okay. William, thank you so much. Always follow you. You really give good advice. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for following on YouTube and for subscribing. Okay. On TikTok, is it Smacky? Is it a problem if you didn't play together but have pictures of you guys on your social media? So if you have pictures, it's not illegal to have pictures of your relationship on social media. The thing is, does it match with what you're saying on your application? Because you, if you're not legally married, then you can include the person on the application. But that does not stop you from posting your people or your person on social media. But what are you putting in on the application? Does it conflict with the information? So the problem becomes if you say you are not married and then you have pictures on social media and then you turn around and say like conflicting information. So if you say you're legally married and then you can show proof, then that's a problem. If you omit your person who is legally married and then they find out, then that's a problem. So honesty is key. Make sure you have your documents in order. Okay. Let me see. I think there's a follow-up to a follow-up. Katungi, you're saying they told us that things won't change till 3 years end and Trump leaves chair, some American TikToker. So the thing with Mr. President Trump, you never know what's going to happen. So I don't know if there's anybody that can predict what President Trump is going to do. He's already done a lot immigration-wise, good and bad. I don't know what you guys think about all this, but he's already done a lot of quote unquote damage immigration wise in 2025, and that's just the first year. We still have 3 more years. We never know what's going to happen. As the updates come through, I will try to update you guys. Somebody's saying, Koi Koi, can you advise us on the kind of questions they ask after winning the green card? Okay. Winning the green card is great. Going through the interview is another process. So the key to passing your interview is following what's on the DS260. So be consistent, like I said, know what's on your DS260 and answer those questions appropriately. The interview shouldn't take long. So it's just a verification of documents. They want to make sure that you're who you say you are. They want to make sure that you did your medical and there's nothing really like TB or any communicable diseases or any other thing, background check, anything that can stop you from being eligible to getting a visa. Once they get that, then you should be good to go. And then they want to know where you'll be going, what you're going to be doing here in the United States, and how you're going to support yourself for the temporary time before you get a job here in the United States. So pretty much that is. There's a guy that texted me the other day, I don't know, on TikTok, and said that he just attended his interview. He hasn't received his visa yet, but he was asked, what do you know about civics? Civics and history. So he said that he answered some questions about, like the general questions about the objectives of the civics and history class that he took, the syllabus. I don't know. So that was new to me that they're asking, what do you know about civics and history? I think the thing is because when you guys come to the US and you are trying now to change your status from green card to US citizenship, they are changing the way that they are asking these questions. The process for changing adjustment of status from the green card to US citizenship is going to change in 2026. They want you to be assimilated into the system. They want you to know the US civics. They want you to know the US history. They want you to be part of the community. So maybe that's what they're starting with. They want you to ask you if you know anything about civics and history, because the citizenship questions are now 128. They've been increased from 100 questions. So things are just changing, and they will just get worse, I think, in 2026. Alicia, thank you for that. I wish I was advised before entering the DV. I was not legally married, but we had the children. Okay. Oh, wow. We live and we learn, girl. We live and we learn. All right. I think on YouTube, you guys don't have any other questions. Nana Weiss wants to ask questions about the current DV pause. Okay, what's the question? The current DV pause is affecting everybody everywhere, especially the 2026 DV winners. If you already have a green card, not a green card, but a visa, then you're not affected. You can travel. If you already have an appointment, they want you to keep your appointment. Don't reschedule unless you are told to. And then make sure you attend your interview. They will not issue you a visa right now, even if they approve it, but they might put you on administrative processing, and they will let you know after the pause is lifted where you can collect your passport with the visa. Okay. All right. Anna Amasaisi says, kindly help me with the specific spelling of CC. It's new to me, so I can read about it. Thank you. Oh, it's civics. You know history and civics? Let me type it on civics. History and civics. It's a subject we used to learn in school. I don't know if you guys do learn history and civics. It's just about the government. The history and government. I think that's what it's called also. It's like history and government. They want you to learn about that. I'm a DV 2026 winner. Okay. Civics, yes. That's the spelling. CIVICS. Okay. Thank you guys for following me on TikTok. I appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you for liking the live. I'm about to jump off on YouTube. I can stay on TikTok for a little bit. So YouTube guys, thank you so much for being here. I wish you happy holidays. I hope you had a Merry Christmas. Thank you for joining me for this live stream today. If you have any further questions, you can leave them in the chat, or you can email me, lucymwangiusa@gmail.com. Happy New Year if I don't jump on the live on Tuesday, and I'll see you next year. Thank you guys for watching on YouTube.